Hello and welcome to my stream. My name is Little and today we are going to continue the reading of Homestuck. We are in a pretty big part of the comic right now. We are at the Dr. Scratch takeover, as we can see as the whole browser has changed colors. And we shall feel free to examine the clippings while Doc Scratch is tidying up, and we shall click the panels. So there are different panels that you can click, but I want to start with this one where John talks to Whisker. So let's go. As you can see, this is John from the past because he has a spade shirt. This is before he turned 13. Show Pestalog. Redneck Snip AG began trolling Ghosty Trickster GT. Hi, John, human. Oh, hark. Excuse me, alien time troll, but I'm trying to wrap a present. Really, you all have the worst timing. Yes, I can see that. Two ugly garments and seeds for some kind of strange earth vegetable. Pretty lame present, John. Nope, not going to ask how you know my name or what I'm sending. Don't care. And one of these ugly garments is for me, although it's not ugly, it's awesome. Not as awesome as something you will be wearing later, thanks to me. Hello, Panda. My mouse is hovering dangerously close to the block button. It always does that. When I talk to trolls, it is the dangest thing. Calm down, I just thought I would foreshadow my existence to you at this quaint moment on your timeline. It is way too tempting not to let you know I have taken great care to become a very important feature of your life. Or for that matter, to let you know that I will be giving you a present so much better than the useless crap you are showing in that box. I will be giving you the gift of immortality. Oh sweet, that has been on my wish list, ranking just below a mint-condition Little Monsters poster starring Hollywood superstar Howie Mandel. Can I expect it to arrive on my next birthday? Yes, as a matter of fact, nice guess. It will come at a cost, though. The Mandel poster or immortality, the latter, jackass. In order for you to claim it, you will have to be quite gullible and allow me to arrange your murder. I see. Here is where all the sick trolling begins. You can keep your present. I'm not interested. I have a feeling my microphone needs to be closer. But you will be. You will happily go along with everything I tell you to do. And then, once I've completely earned your trust, I will kill you, John. The other troll I just talked to was way better. If a tad grumpy, at least she was down with talking about cool movies, sort of. But this is all true. I've seen it already. You have no idea how delicious the dramatic irony is right now. You will die. I will lead you into a trap and watch you bleed to death on a big stone slab with a sword stuck in your chest. There's nothing you can do about it. In fact, it has already happened. That's nice. Now scram, troll. I'll leave you alone soon enough. I was just feeling pretty pleased with myself about all the brilliant plans I made for you and your friends. Stopping by in your past to mess with your head is really just a courtesy, because I like to think we are pretty good friends by the time I get around to killing you. Okay, you got me. My feathers are all ruffled and I can no longer tell my ass apart from a big orange earth vegetable. Now can you leave me alone? I guess so, but my inevitably grisly murder of you notwithstanding, you're a pretty fun guy to hassle. It'll be difficult sparing you from the privilege of my company until your game begins. That is basically the worst pickup line I have ever heard. Please, John, if there is any conceivable sequence of events which could lead me to consider you as a viable romantic partner in any quadrant, even the pale ones. Blurb, derb, blah. More plausible alien-sounding things. Weren't you leaving? Yes. Okay, then. I mean, I was going to, but now I guess I'm not. Oh. Why? Because this isn't really happening. It isn't. It did once, but now it's just a memory. I guess I must be dead. Whisker being insufferable as usual. Yeah, and what I said to be ready for Whisker feels, and this will happen now. Okay, is this conversation over now? Can I keep packing my present? The conversation as it went before is already over. I said goodbye and you blocked me. Don't you remember? Well, I was going to block you, but then I didn't for some reason. Exactly, because we've already been through this. You are either asleep or dead, like me. Man, I can't believe I let her trick me like that. Such an amateur mistake. I guess I'm feeling something like deja vu, maybe. I still don't think I believe you, so hey, do you have any recollection at all of the last message I sent you before I died? I don't even know who you are. Yeah, I figured, just as well. I made some pretty embarrassing confessions to you. I guess I'm getting what I asked for in a way, even though it's not what I pictured. What did you ask for? I asked you if you wanted to, hang out. Was this after you killed me and gave me immortality? Yes, so what do you say? Or what do you think you might have said? About what? You mean hanging out? Yeah. Oh god, this is so ridiculous. You are just a crazy troll on the internet and I need to get back to packing up this present for my friend. We are not going to hang out, I'm sorry. John, there is no present. You are not in your hive. And you don't have anything to send. She received it a long time ago. None of this matters anymore. If you don't believe me, you are free to look out your window. What will that accomplish? It might help you remember and you will be able to see me, if you want. Fascinating look out of the window. There she is. Feel free to examine the clippings while I tidy. Okay, next one. Let's go to the one with Nepeta's sign on it. Jaspers, I guess I should say farewell to you now. Why, Nepeta? Because this is the end of your timeline and I don't know what cat puns to you after this. Happens to you after this. That one was kind of too sorry. What's the timeline? That's a hard question. Okay, imagine a long tempting strand of yarn. Of no fair fields, yeah. Yes. Oh yes, so great. Now imagine instead of being made of wiggly and hissing stuff, it's made of what lets you exist. And you are right at the twitching tip of it, don't you see? Look at the sky. Meow, yes, I see the sky and can tell that indeed something is going on. But aside from that, I don't really understand what you said being a cat and all. That's fine, you don't have to try too hard. All you have to know is it's a scratch and I'm not 100% sure what happens next for you. Purr, I still think it's nice how you slip cat things in the things you say. You are so clever and wonderful, Nepeta. What's the scratch? Well, you know Rose's friend John? Yes, of course. Imagine that he is using this great big circle like a really fun scratching post. And it makes all this light come out to change everything. Just after he starts doing that, the sky goes funny everywhere and then I can't see you anymore. Yes, that's what it is. I think I understand that completely. I'm a bit nervous for you, especially since you remind me so much of someone I already lost. But maybe you'll be okay. I don't know. I'm not worried, Nepeta. Oh, you shouldn't either. It's not as if I have never died before. You are a brave kitty, just like Pounce was. Pounce was a cat like me? Yes, she was amazing. I bet you and she would have gotten along famously. Oh, I bet you're right. Purr. Was she nice to sniff? Yes, she smelled really good and also she was super beautiful. Wow. Did you ever have someone nice back on Earth who you loved? Rose. I loved Rose. Of course you did. A nice cat who was your master's Brit. Your mate's Brit. There was a time I remember I was thinking about girl cats a lot for some reason. I would saunter around the house making all these big meows and looking out the windows with my nose touching the glass. But then Rose's mom took me to this place where I was scared to be for a while. And then when I was at home again, I didn't do the meows anymore. I guess I didn't think about the girl cats after that, which is just as well, because none ever came to the windows. Really, not even when I did my biggest meows. That's too bad. But I bet lots of girl cats would have loved to be with you if only there had been some around to hear your lovely meows. You're really nice to say so, Nepeta. What about you, so? Me? Yes. Well, I've never told anybody this. Not even my Morwell. Actually, he's the last guy I might tell. He so wouldn't approve. But yes, I have liked somebody for quite some time, but alas, he doesn't know it. What, don't you tell him? Maybe you can win his affection by rubbing your cheek against him. That's what I would do. Oh, no, I'm too shy even for that. And he's so adorably grumpy all the time. It probably wouldn't go over well. It's hard to explain. Maybe cats think differently. But trolls tend to be pretty cautious about expressing their feelings when it comes to the flushed Greatwind. What's a Greatwind? It is, okay, it has romantic applications, but it is also something more general than that. A Greatwind is, how do I say this? A Greatwind is a thing in a group of things that consists of 4 similar things. Like paws? Exactly like paws. I see, that's really easy to get. I think you should tell him that you like him. You might not get the chance if you don't. For instance, I think instead of meowing at windows, I should have just scurried out a door before it could close. Then I might have found a girl cat to sniff. Oh well, I know, but it's just not that simple. I could make someone else jealous, I think, and what if he doesn't feel the same way? And it's so complicated. Maybe I just need to let go of the silly infatuation. I think it's never going to happen, honestly. You shouldn't lose hope. I have another story that might give you hope, even though it should be noted again that I'm only a cat. Oh? Yes, one time I was with Rose and I was sitting there dressed up in my suit with her as happy as can be. But then she disappeared. The whole place disappeared and I was in another place. There was no Rose, there was someone else. I guess I loved her too in time, but never as much as Rose. It just wasn't the same. I kept waiting to see Rose again, but never did, and finally I lost hope that I would, and then I died. But then I became alive again, and I got to see her, and I was so happy. Purr, 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 purr. That's my story, and that's why I think there's always hope, even if you die. So you're saying that maybe I will have to die to get to be with him? Yes, maybe. I hope that's not the case. But I guess you just have a different way of looking at things. Thank you for the advice, Jaspers. Purr. Feel free to examine the clippings while I tidy. Okay, this is the next panel that we will click. Isn't that like Dave's apartment? Yep, it's younger Dave. Turntech Gotthard, TT, began pestering tentacle therapist, TT. Here's one for you. It's a whopper. Are you ready? For what? This huge fucking whopper I'm about to just say. You mean a canard of behemoths embellishment? What? Or was your resolve finally dismantled by the siren song of all that flame-rolled beef? No. Okay, first, do you even have Burger Kings out in the fucking woods? Why do you reference things that obviously aren't in the woods like terrible burgers? I limit my establishments of reference to lumber mills and sugar shanties from now on. But also Clover just climbed over me. Also, there's a Burger King less than 40 minutes from my house. I won't let this stand in the way of the new policies though. There is, okay, whatever, I'm talking about a dream I just had. I mean, it was a doozy like Spike colloquially speaking. Doozy is a slightly dumber word than Whopper. Certainly less delicious. It was absolutely heavy-handed, my subconscious was really slathering it on. Like whatever tangy sludge the king himself squirts on his bargain patties, Clara. It's possible that I dreamt it, ironically, I don't know. I figured you'd be interested in hearing about it. It's every bit as thick and juicy as a half pound of sizzling grate, a premium. Okay, this is stupid. We've got to get burgers out of this conversation. Are you busy? Yes, cool. Listen to this. Oh, younger Rose. Was she making snow eldritch showers? I thought you didn't want me to analyze your dreams anymore. No, but this one is too good not to put under the microscope. With your whole precocious psychotherapy stick, it's almost laughably symbolic of all my mental problems, assuming I actually have those. It's grotesquely pregnant with meaning. Orchestrating at least 8 gooey octoplets thrashing around in an undulating belly full of mind slang. God, I love how Dave always talks. Maybe we can start by evaluating that troubling metaphor. No, look, I just want your professional take on how many things in my dreams symbolize dicks. We've already established that all of your dreams are packed with enough homoerotic symbolism to lift through the theory from the ashes of discreditation. Yeah, that's a given, but I didn't even dream about puppets this time. Are you serious? I'm clearing my schedule. That is a major breakthrough. I know, it was so much more relaxing and enjoyable. It was about me dying repeatedly. Rose's face. Go on. I was in this dark place surrounded by this big flock of crows. God, this is so generously morbid. I'm sorry in advance for exposing you to my unconscious mind's retarded cliches. It's okay. They wouldn't be cliches if they didn't comprise the unanimously understood bedrock of phallic symbolism with no other viable interpretation. Well, obviously, I knew the birds were just black screaming skydongs, just hear me out. I kept dying. There kept being these traps like I would go one way and get my head chopped off. Or go another way and get stabbed or whatever. And every time I died, the dream reset itself and I was standing there alive and ready to try to escape again. But each time I would be watching myself from the vantage point of a different crow. Like I was a crow all squawking around in circles like a macabre flipping douche. And I would always watch myself try to do something different to dodge the trap, but I always ended up dead. Well, if I've learned anything from my extensive skimming over the Wikipedia articles and dream analysis, it's that this dream is very unlikely to have any little significance whatsoever. It's probably not about dying at all. Oh, we know the truth. You mean maybe it's about anxiety over maintaining my blocks? Or that my beats might not be ill enough? Yes, in fact, if you were on my couch, that would have been my next question. As a licensed professional, Mr. Strider, have you considered that what you actually dread is to have your urban bosoms exposed for what they truly are, which is, clinically speaking, just shy of the bomb? And then we crack up laughing because we both know they are fresher than your mom's change of drawers and tighter than when she's wearing them. Listening to you conjure imagery of my mother in her underpants is definitely keeping us buoyed high above the swelling Freudian hailhole. Well done. Please, it's not like she's my mom. I can visualize your choice as all I want without it getting much more than moderately uncomfortable for everyone involved. What if you're wrong? About what? Her not being your mother. Don't worry, you're probably safe. Luckily, I can think of no literacy or historical precedent for that sort of folly whatsoever. This is getting more and more ironic. This isn't the first time you've insinuated we are related. What is up with that, isn't it? No, I mean, I'm not sure. I feel like you've brought it up before, which is kind of weird, but now I don't know. I think I'm getting this weird déjà vu thing where I was sure we talked about this. Forget it. Why don't you tell me more about your dream? Okay. So I kept dying and kept being gross and stuff. Wait, I have to drink something. And then I started to notice something coming from the sky. It was this faint, eerie singing. I look up and there's nothing there, just darkness. That's interesting. I've read about this. What did you read? Certain text says singing from the unknowable void carries a message that its recipient has been selected for a mission of supreme cosmic importance that will result in your death and that of billions more, but one that is essential to the perpetuation of existence itself. Wait, the fuck sort of crackpot spicologly text would say something like that? It's not from a spicologly text? So then you're consulting astrology books now. Not astrology, more like zoology. Oh my fucking god, will you put that away? Okay, keep describing the dreams though. As the rest of it is incompatible with prognosis of the zoological W's, I will withdraw my insinuation. There's not even much more to it. I looked up into the sky, didn't see anyone singing, but even though the sky was black, I could see the sun. It was bright as hell, even through my shades. So I flapped my wings and flew up away to it like a fucking piece of garbage, and that's it. This doesn't strike you as an impulse of self-destruction? No. Not in the sense that it was a dark sacrificial zoology mission. It was more like somewhere to go besides watching myself die a lot from the vantage of a feathery murder of dumb, shitty birds. So if hypothetically you were to accept such a mission, or even insist upon one, it wouldn't be in the spirit of genuine sacrifice but of escape? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, something's wrong. This whole conversation is falling apart. This isn't how it originally went at all. Oh, we were making good progress too. Why did you have to go and remember? This happened months ago. Does this mean I'm dead? Yep. What do you think? Stop it. This is so sick. You're using the dream bubble bullshit to pick apart my spike. Am I dead or asleep? If you are starting to remember, you should be able to tell me. God damn it. Maybe I'm just as confused as you about it. Yeah, right. Am I dead or asleep, Dave? I don't know. Try to remember. Feel free to examine the clippings while I tidy. Okay, now that one. It's looking like a town. Oh yeah, it's yours. Are you pickpocketing? Furious. Yes, he should be. I laugh so oblivious up here. It's just a wayward one, der praktische Bond. Okay, I don't really know. What was this about? Please. This is really important. No, this was not right. Go back. Oh, this is the last one that we can click. The one with Dream Jade. He's still crying. Dave? Oh god, one of his wings is gone. Hey. Okay, so we looked at all the clippings. Try to make sense of this mess yourself. So, which one shall I click first? Which one do we want to continue? I am waiting for a few seconds while I pet my cat. watch my husband play a football game. They look more and more realistic. John and Whisker, I knew you would say that. So, it seems that you are in fact an alien, with horns and everything, huh? Yes, John, horns and all. That totally proves I'm an alien, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now what do you make of these blank white eyes of mine? What do you think that could mean? I don't know. Aliens usually have big spooky eyes, don't they? Humans have literally the dumbest extraterrestrial lore. Aren't there supposed to be aliens on one of your posters? Haha, you mean Mac and me? Yeah, even I can admit that movie was indefensible. Well, if you want to know, normally we have bright orange eyes with grey irises. They fill in with our blood pigment as we get older. Although normally I have this one goofy eye with 7 pupils because I'm kind of a weirdo. But I guess it's gone now that I'm dead. Not that you believe me, because you just refuse to remember anything. I can accept that you are an alien, but come on. Meeting an alien who is also a ghost in my front yard is a bit much to believe. It is almost too awesome. So you don't remember anything about the game at all then? The destruction of your planet, bringing your ancestors back to live as a clown woman, putting a huge flaming ocean out with your magical wind, Jack Noir, dying, resurrecting and possibly dying again. Is any of this tickling your sponge? Nope. Sounds cool though. Fuck, I cannot believe how cold it is on this planet. How can any species possibly be able to survive somewhere like this? Yeah, I thought you looked pretty cold out here, so I brought you this jacket. This is kinda nice of John. Oh, okay. Hey, your clothes are switched suddenly. Was that some kind of alien warpifying technology? Such as a warped rope, if you will? Sure, John, let's just say that's what it was. You look pretty cool in more normal clothes, not that your space boots and pixie outfit weren't neat. Thanks. So is this how humans begin in Earth's date? With simple acts of flattery and kindness? I don't know about that really. It just seemed like the nice thing to do. Is this a date? No, I've decided that definitely will not be a date. Not until you remember something at least. Okay, that's probably for the best. I would probably be pretty nervous on a date with a normal girl, let alone on a date with an alien space ghost. Hehehe. Now that you mention it, me too probably. Your goofy awkwardness is a bit contagious, frankly. So now what do we do? Well, since I'm presuming you are new to the planet, I could show you around the place. Haha, the Pogo White. This is my green slime ghost Pogo White, in all its glory. In my childhood, it was hours of fun and hundreds of painful injuries. Hey, this thing isn't slimy at all, what the hell? Nope. I've noticed humans don't seem to keep any slime around the hive, and yet you are strangely cavalier about your open display of certain receptacles. What's the deal with that? Is it that you are just that ashamed of your secretions as a species? Not really. Humans just don't really have much use for slime, I guess. Honestly, I can't think of a single practical use for slime other than to be gross. So bizarre. Anyway, this thing is kind of a death trap and I haven't ridden it for years. I think my dad had it installed as one of his ridiculous ways of making a man out of me. Sure, my custodian had her ways of making me tougher too. Yeah, Karen's right, haha. Anyway, that's my backyard. Pretty damn boring, sorry. I would show you inside, but I don't think my dad would take too kindly to bring in an alien inside. Or just yet, I would need to brace him for it. That's fine. What else can you show me? I could show you around my neighborhood if you want. Sounds great. I just love Whisker's mane. I love her hair. These are my neighbors who live in a lot of same-looking houses as mine. I never see them. I think they are all really busy people with a lot of serious business to attend to. Hey, look! The snow is melted over here. It's really warm suddenly. Weird. Does your planet usually have these kind of temperature swings? No, this is pretty unusual December weather. Guess I'll take my coat off. I can take yours back if you want. No thanks. I think I'll keep it on. There's not really much to see in this town, but there are these lakes. This lake here did not used to be a lake. A long time ago, before I was born, there was a factory here. My dad says there was a huge explosion. He was walking by with my nana when he saw it. Then a little later, my nana died. My dad never told me how, except that it involved a big joke book. I never knew her, which is too bad. She sounded nice. I know what happened. I saw it. You did? Yes. Do you want to know? It might jostle your memory. Okay. I believe this lake is where Jade landed. You landed a little ways over there, about where your hive is now. You clobbered your Nana to death with her aforementioned joke book, but it wasn't your fault. You were both just little wigglers riding meteors from the future. You created yourself, your Nana, Jade, her grandpa, not to mention Dave and Rose and their guardians, all in a lab using paradox slime, and sent them back in time as a silly grubs with arms and legs you call babies. And here you were doubting the usefulness of slime. Wow, really? Yes, absolutely. I paid close attention to all this because I thought it might give me some clues about us and our ancestors, who were made the same way. Any of this familiar? That all sounds incredible if true, but I don't have even the foggiest memory of that happening. Yeah, I figured as much. And you seem bent on staying in your dream bubble coma. Why don't I continue the tour? The tour of Earth? Sort of. And they're up in the sky now. What's happening? We are going on an adventure. Where? Through your memories. Through mine too. This would be a really fun thing to do on a date, I think. If we actually were on a date, which we are not. She's so Cinderella right now. And the scenery changed. How is this happening? Is this through the advanced alien technologies? Like holograms or teleportations? If that's what you want to think to keep you comfy in your stupor, sure. Where are we? This is my home planet before it was destroyed. It's called Alternia. Oh, cool. And what's that over there? That is my hive, which is the things that you refer to as a house. It's where I grew up. It's a castle. No shit. It is big and forwarding and ostentatious, just the way I wanted it. As a blue blood, I was entitled to build such a home, something to set me far apart from the commoners. You built it? Of course not. Robots built it for me when I was very young, but I was allowed to dictate instructions, expected to, in fact. Oh gosh, so bad. Really? I still find it interesting what sort of mundane facts humans tend to be impressed by. Whisker doesn't fall as first in the flush crate went, yes. Anyway, my design kind of got boring as I got older. A huge castle hive sounds great, but it starts feeling pretty cavernous and lonely after a while. There were so many blocks I never even used. Your tastes change, but you get stuck with growing up in a place suited to your earliest, most juvenile inclinations. Nobody tells you that when you were a kid, so I think I know what you mean. I feel like a long time ago I might have given my dad the impression I really like clowns. And now there are clowns everywhere. A stupid collection just keeps growing and growing and it drives me crazy. John, that barely comparable example is so cute I don't even know what to say. Hehe. And losers. This was my custodian. Oh yeah, John is making the surprised face. Oh shit. Sorry. She was hurt in an accident. I killed her myself to put her out of her misery. And that face. Oh, her treasure. Holy shit, look at these glittering space witches. Yeah, I was really into treasure hunting for a while. What with the broken 8 balls? Never mind those. This was my respite block, from kind of an embarrassing memory actually. Haha, more 8 balls. You sure do like to smash them. John, addiction is a powerful thing. You probably wouldn't understand. What are you wearing? Just a fairy dress. I wore it for the stupid thing I did once. Is that a rocket car stuck in the wreck over there? What's that about? Don't worry about it. Man, this would be such an awkward moment on a date again if it was one. There's something really familiar about the rocket. Let's keep going. And she changed clothes again. Oh my god, these are Tefo's legs. Oh yeah, Tefo's legs on Whiskers. Like, on her desk. What's happening? Are we back on Earth? You tell me. It's my house again. Why are we here? I was having fun seeing your planet. I don't know, John. They are your memories. Gory trophy, yes. This is my dad's room, but I've never been inside of it. So why do I recognize it? Schwack! I think there were some birthday presents for me in here, but I can't recall which birthday it was. It was your 13th, but I'm 12. And the memories of suburb are coming back. Oh yeah, I remember this. There were these imps all over my house acting all rambunctious. But why? It's all so hazy. Where's my dad? Sounds like some things are coming back to you. Any chance you remember me yet? No? Sorry? And we remember this as well. And this is the reason why you cannot skip Act 1 to 4. They are on an adventure. It's John's dad. Hey, look! That's my dad. What's he doing here? Very, very quiet Whisker. I've missed the heck out of him, so I'm not sure why he should be safe at home right now. I guess I must have lost track of him, but I don't remember how. All I know is I have this feeling like I should run over and give him a hug. Well, just so you know, he's probably not actually there, kind of like how I knew this was just a memory. Are you a psychic alien, like the one who Jodie Foster met in contact and assumed the form of her dead father to talk to her? As a matter of fact, yes, I'm a psychic alien, but that has nothing to do with this. These are our memories, and we are in the afterlife. I keep trying to tell you, and it's starting to get frustrating. I see, so it is not me who is Jodie Foster. It's more like you are Jodie, because nobody believed her when she came home and had amazing tales to tell. Except Mr. McConaughey. Arg! But it's okay, I will be your McConaughey. Does that mean you believe me now? I guess I always did, sort of. I think I've been in denial about what's happening there. It's nice that you believe me, that doesn't mean you remember yet. So if this isn't my dad, then where is he? He died too? You saw his body? Don't you at least remember that? No, not at all. I'm remembering a bunch of things, but not that. Then what? Do you remember me yet? No, I only remember when you contacted me and said you'd kill me a little earlier. But that was months ago. I do remember talking to some other trolls like you. And playing this game. It was on my certain birthday. I was really looking forward to playing it, but it was late in the mail. I got some presents from my dad, like this big weird clown doll that I didn't like much, and some fruit gushers. Oh yeah, all the realized gushers were made by Betty Crocker. That freaked me the fuck out. But you realize Betty Crocker makes gushers? This comes as news to me. Well, she does. Her villainy knows no bounds. Oh, he also gave me the suit, which I remember wearing for a while, but it didn't look quite like this. Had a black tie and no ghost. I improved it. Actually, I remember dying in a suit. You do? But this was not the suit I was wearing when I died. This was... Try to make sense of this mess yourself. Okay, let's go to the next panel. It is a thing where I was like, is this really important? We'll see. What was the name of this bunny again? Everyone gave him another name. I think John named the bunny Liv Tyler. Pick again. We move. Oh, now it's getting important. This is a tumor. Put back. He managed, he notices wallet is gone. And escape and total success. Okay, let's go to this panel now. The head, the bloody head. Oh, it's Nana. This is like really, really sad. And now this one. Dave and Rose are talking again. I remember waking up here after getting shot. Yes, what else? Then the cage bunny came. He gave us a bomb. Where he go anyway? She's around. The bunny's a she. Her name is Liv Tyler. Dump. Take it up with John. What else? We were talking about who should go. Do you remember what we decided? No, wait. Wasn't I going to go? Is that what happened? Did I go and now I'm dead? Not quite. What's not quite? That I didn't go or that I'm not dead? Do you remember anything else? No. What about why you went to fight Jack? Sure, I did that because I wanted to and because I was supposed to. Are you sure? Yeah, I saw my future self fighting him so obviously that had to happen or else I'd be dead anyway. Without even getting the satisfaction of standing up to him. So was your decision a result of desire or obligation? Hard to explain. With all the time shit going on. I don't try to understand your light shit, do I? I don't know much about the light shit, to be honest. I may have missed my chance to figure it out. Haven't we had this conversation already? Mostly. I'm doing what I can to jog your memory. It's jogging, I guess. Its man boobs are jiggling a little. Nice. So what about Jade? What? You didn't tell her your expedition with her would result in your death, let alone one she'd inevitably cause. Or that she'd be stuck with the job of resuscitating you. How do you pronounce this? Did you? What am I really supposed to say? Hey, we are gonna hunt frogs till you shoot me through the jack, then I die and you've got to make out with me. That kind of changes how the whole thing goes, doesn't it? What if you're supposed to, right? What does that even mean? I guess you're right. No reason to make an effort to emphasize if doing so comes at the price of oblivion. Resuscitating. Oh god, this is complicated, thank you. What the fuck? It must be comforting to have your ASPD technically supported by predestination. ASPD. Antisocial personality disorder. Oh no, this conversation just got bombarded by a mudslide of fucking awful. It wasn't already awful believing you might be dead? You don't know anything about what I was feeling or what happened on Low Fuff. You were all pavement-faced and babbling your faster speak and flipping off the shit with your own crazy death-wish thing. Why do you think you know what was going through my head? You are just assuming and throwing around spike buzzwords like ASPD complex disorder. So it's a disorder, a complex, and then a disorder again, for good measure? In your case, probably. Sounds like a positively delirious state of existence. It's some delirious business, alright. Oh, snap? Yes, I'm also wise, and goddamn you, my swipe it at the door to check yourself into the burn ward. Might you loosen the purse string on an oh no, he didn't? Nah, those are Captain Emergency Reserve for your mama jokes from the 90s. Anyway, I'm telling you, if I said anything at all about it, she probably doesn't even fire her gun once, and all I'm doing is dragging her into a doomed timeline with me. I guess I'm learning to be impressed by your sense of obligation to inevitably misfortune. It's a strange case of inspirations to futility. None of this is that big a deal. I just mentioned the basics to her. That I stop time traveling soon, break out of the loops. Not have to wonder all the time if I was taking a wrong turn and dooming everybody. It was never that cool with this. With what exactly? You know how you turned out to be this incredibly shitty CEO of light and basically failed at that in every way imaginable? Hey! Well, maybe I never wanted to be a Knight of Time. Maybe I'd rather just be like the Dave of guy, you know, just subdued. This really do not sound like the words of someone ready to face his own death. The kind you don't wake up from, I mean. I guess not. I guess I failed my quest then, so I'm like, now what bitches? To nobody in particular, I guess. The unseen bitches callously conspiring to expect greatness from you. Yes, those exact bitches. If that's how you feel, then why did you insist on going on the mission to deliver TEUO, black and whitened for giant yin bomb? Dave needs a hug, yes, he needs a hug. Dave is always acting so cool and ironic, but he actually is very, very insecure at heart. Zip, zip, no, these are not the salamanders, those are amphibians, wait. Oh yeah, I remember that now. Then I guess that's what happened. I delivered the bomb and now I must be dead. Are you sure? Is that wrong? Maybe you should try to answer the question. Why did you want to go? Because I made the map, so I know how to get there better. But it seems simple enough. A set of bearings to follow. See, the application pilots the moon. Change course when necessary. Anyone can do it, really. We talked about this, debated, if you recall. Okay, if you remember it also clearly, why are you grilling me on this shit? Will you just tell me what's going on? I'm just seeing if you can remember, and if you're sticking to your story about why you should be the one to go. Well, I am, because I should have. Man, what the fuck is going on? Am I dead or are you dead or what? You're almost there, really. Just try to remember a little more. What happened after we decided you go? Oh yeah. So we were trying to figure out a way to detach the moon so I could pilot it out there, fly it into the sun. Sword. But the chain was huge. Couldn't think of how to break it. Then out of nowhere, the sword appears in the thing, so I'm thinking obviously I have to break the sword somehow, because that's all I fucking do, is break swords. Now this isn't gift this time. But as I'm thinking of how to do it, I put my hand on it, and it just snaps off with this comical shattering noise. Like I just fucked up some priceless shit in the Louvre. See, like that, like I did again just there with my hand, cause of dream bubbles. Remember when that happened? And then he could get the chain off. Then I took it and sliced the chain, like this, damn. It still cuts like it's blowing through a shaft of pointless zombie meat. Careful, I just managed to quell my appetite after all that burger talk. Whoops, yeah. So then, the moon started drifting away, and I was going to fly up and take it to the sun. And I said something to you, or I was going to, like, say bye or something, but you were just standing there not saying anything, holding that ball of yarn. And then, oh God, that's right. Come on, knocking me out so you can steal the suicide mission, goddammit, that is so trite. I really am sorry for that. It's like, here's how bad this is. We're basically Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck from John's shitty crappy movie. You made this even more Armageddon than it already was. Sealing me in the airlock so I can go home to Liv Tyler and have the most terrible babies with her. If it's any consolation, Liv Tyler came with me on the suicide mission. The bunny or the actress. Which would make you feel better. You not knocking me out with a ball of fucking yarn is fucking what? If I could have chosen a method of sparing your life you might have found more awesome, I would. Is there an ironic way to do that? This probably comes close, but it doesn't make it not lame as hell. Does it matter if I took some personal satisfaction seeing you full unconscious at the gentle glance of a soft cotton globe? It's cool. You're so tickled by this. I hope it brought you a lot of red laughs on your way to go fucking explode. So that's it. I'm actually lying here and just asleep. And you went out there and blew up the sun. And now you are dead, and I'm dream chilling with your smug ghost. Yes to the first part. So you are not dead. Not yet. Then you are dreaming. But you are taking a little nap on the moon in the middle of nowhere. Afraid not. I'm wide awake. Try to make sense of this mess yourself. Okay, then this one. Sorry. Are you okay? Been better? What happened to you? What happened to you? I died in my dream and came back as a dog. Oh, I turned on a bird and got in a fight. What is that? What's this thing? Yes, legendary sword. How did you get it? Long story, shenanigans mostly. Yes, I figured shenanigans were probably involved. Can you be more specific? Well, basically I'm from another timeline. We couldn't win the game there, so I came back to help Dave. Dave? Dave from this timeline. As a sprite, I'm supposed to help him with his quest. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to help Jade too, but Sniffle? He's doing alright, don't worry about it. Okay, I'll try. You were saying? So things kind of became even more crazy in this timeline than the one I was from. And it was clear Dave was never gonna do the quest I didn't get the chance to finish. Not even after you brought the forge. The forge? Your volcano. Oh! So, after laying low for a while, I just went and did whatever I could myself. Got Caleb Slicks, the fucking Welsh sword Dave broke. Went to look for Hephaestus again. Figuring there wasn't much hope in beating him this time either, especially being injured and all, but what the hell, right? But then, that's when you lit the forge somehow. I did? Well, no, not you, other Jade. Yeah, she's a lot more brave than me, I think. She brought me back thinking I could help her, and all I did was disappoint her and everyone else. You came back as a sprite and you're managing to do important things, but I just feel so scared and helpless. Sounds like you came back because Jade made the decision for you. I made the decision to come back myself. Made it be different if you had the same chance. I don't know if I would have if I had the chance, but I would like to not feel so useless to everybody. I think everyone's on top of this. There's not much for us to do anymore. What about your sword? Isn't it important? I guess so, but not really for me since I'm not the real Dave anymore. Still not sure how you got it. What does it have to do with my volcano? That's a bit complicated. See, it turns out I had no idea how the desert denizens worked at all. Try to make sense of this mess yourself. Okay, we clicked on every panel here. Oh, wonderful. Another interruption. What shall we check out? Soundtracks? Yep. It seems she's acting out again. Sorting these clippings will have to wait while I settle her down. I apologize profusely. Please continue to help yourself to the serviceable ever command in my absence. As a first-class host, I keep a healthy supply on hand at all times. Oh my god. No, we first are going to look at every little clipping. Let's start with the first one. This Nana. Video freak. Eureka! Stand by for clever creation, enthusiastic outburst, yet it is as hoped for beyond hope. Unusual devices may be used to duplicate fresh, perfectly pressed garments in inexhaustible fake. Reconstructing complete professional ensemble now hold. Pleased to report restoration of Deborah with such an overwhelming success. Alas, devices appear to hold no such promise for departed family members, misplaced handheld steam press. Update and device utility, combinative approval synthesis prevents presents intriguing possibilities, now combining expensive leather pipe tobacco sleeve with handsome grey fedora. This is a hell of a way to tell a story, I know. The document was sold shortly, resulted in head with outlandish and frivolous appearance. Do not care. For shawl, discard immediately. Combination of pant, fine cotton shirt, even more disappointing. Yielded useless, excessively tall pant. Relieving from wardrobe at once. Made unwelcome determination. Production requires expensive glittering abstraction called grist. Such jewels remaining in cage, libation in reserve at premium. Consume final swallow of carefully rationed urine. Soon to seek water elsewhere in ecstatic new surroundings. More importantly, to seek grist facilitating continuate is a soul rising. Note to self, use spoils to make more heads. Preparing for expedition to reap gems from mischievous local fauna. Craft sturdy bloodshot instrument out of uprooted mailbox. Tall pant burbs adaptable as defensive garment. Pardon while donning tall pant. Don tall pant. Confidence and material prowess perplexity swells. Venturing out, powering down grey, serviceable handheld computing device to progress battery. Additional updates to be submitted in a frank and forthright manner for judicious approvals within a reasonable time frame. TEI for patience. Turning on handheld device for brief report. There were injuries sustained in skirmish with undersized sportive rascal. Tall pant unremarkable and protective utility damaged badly, bloodied. No indication of laundering facilities throughout enchanted land whatsoever. Losing fluid rapidly, maintaining adequate hydration levels more important than ever. Libations unfortunately not forthcoming, rest needed. Seeking surface suitable for assuming reclined posture. Strength depleting, tie loosened, removed, rolled up neatly and stuck beneath head. Minimal stamina left for disrobing sodden tall pant, leaving on, encountered west surface. Horizontal stone slab exhibiting unidentified iconography, a tall post at each corner, mysteriously inviting. Mounting slab, exhaustion taking hold. Excuse me, sir. Pipe fan friend. Pipe fan 413, sound of voice nearly refreshing enough to distract from purple taste of warm, poorly filtered urine. Urine, I mean. Oh my, no. I'm not actually your friend, dear. I am his mother. Ho ho ho. Another of Pipe Fan Faunus legendary pranks? Please clarify. If yes, prepare to regard as hilarious. Where said it was, I'm sorry to say there is no chicanery in play at all today. So yes, that would be quite a doozy. I believe the late great colonel would truly say we were cooking with petrol upon hearing such a whopper. No, I'm just an old woman looking for her son. Understood, madam? You remind me of him, so would you mind terribly if I talk to you for a little while? I'm fearing the worst for my son, while my grandson has gone off to do great things. I've caught myself feeling a bit lonely too. Can imagine no greater pleasure. So, eyelids heavy, getting dark, feeling extremities fading. Oh, but you must be exhausted from your travels, you poor thing. Why don't you just lie there and rest? I will tell you a story. At Python's 413's kindly mother, thank you. It is a fairy tale about a young sister and brother who were raised by a wicked witch. The witch, in truth, was a world-famous baking governess. Her cruelty made life miserable for the two children, who did not have their father anymore to protect them. He was the greatest prankster who ever lived, and a true southern gentleman. He was killed by a comet on the day the boy was born, and the wicked governess raised them alone. With a hand as firm as that which she ran her brutal baking empire, the children pledged to each other that one day they would run away together. They followed in the footsteps of the dear colonel in defiance of the old bitter witch. They studied his every jape and practiced them in secret. But as they grew older, the interests drifted apart. The boy developed a passion for adventure and put aside the study of practical jokes. He dreamed of wealth and fame and discovery and swore he would render the world. One day he decided to run away with the low-wheel dog he inherited from their father. He asked the girl if he would come along, but she was too scared of the retribution that might follow. The boy scoffed at the danger and assured his sister there was nothing to worry about, but he had not seen firsthand what the Baroness was capable of. He told his sister that he believed in her, and that he could handle whatever the witch could throw at her, and with that he was off, and he would never see him again. The Baroness would raise her very strictly, mentoring her in the art of baking. The girl took to the lessons with fierce determination. The only act of defiance left was to one day surpass the Baroness in skill and beat her at her own game. It was all she could do, for the Baroness made sure she knew there could be no escape. The girl surely missed her brother, and soon enough he achieved fame for his exploits. She followed him in the newspapers. The tales of his remarkable discoveries, inventions, and witches. How she wished she could rejoin him and be free from toiling for the pastry hag. One day, the girl was able to gather enough bravery to mention her brother to the Baroness and to desire to see him again. With contempt, she guaranteed that this could never happen. When the girl asked advice, that is when the Baroness began to reveal to her more than just her baking secrets. She mentioned that, like in many fairy tales, there was more to the children's past than they knew. The Colonel was not their father, nor was the Baroness their mother. They in fact had no father or mother at all, nor were they ever actually born. They had both fallen from the sky. They were not actually brother and sister as they had been told either. Again, like in many fairy tales, the truth was that they were always destined to become married one day. They were to have 2 children, a son and a daughter, and these children were meant to save the world. But the better witch was determined to make sure this destiny would never be realized. In her limitless cruelty, she would do all in her power to keep them apart for the rest of their lives. The girl that day swore she would bring down the Baroness and her evil empire. She would use the many secrets she'd learned over the years against her and began carefully plotting her downfall. Years went by. The girl was nearly ready to put her plan into action, but then, just like that, the Baroness disappeared. She was never seen or heard from again. The girl was finally free by a strange turn of events, but not without a final jab from the witch. It turned out that in her will he had left the entire company to the boy. The boy, now a grown man, was already very wealthy in his own right. He had no particular need for the baking empire, but assumed control nonetheless, integrated the company into his extensive collection of enterprises. The girl, instead of seeing this as a small misfortune, took the news as a relief. She just as soon have nothing to do with the witch's empire and far prefer to pursue her original passion for practical japery. Ho, ho, ho! She considered a reunion with her estranged brother and once destined husband-to-be. But the days of longing for a future with him seemed to be from another lifetime. A chance had come and gone. She was content to let him live with a grisly, elaborate life, while she sought a simpler one. Besides, now was not the time to revisit the destiny with an old star-crossed lover. She had recently become betrothed to a fine, upstanding gentleman. Soon she would start a family. No, not one meant for heroism as foretold, but one that would make her happy nonetheless. In following years, she was left to ponder all that might have been. What might have been if there had been no Baroness to keep the girl and boy apart? What might have been if the Baroness had not disappeared and she had the opportunity to use her secrets against her? For you see, the girl had uncovered so many dirty secrets about the terrible Beta Witch, including the most troubling one of all. Of course, no one would have believed her, but she knew. She knew the Baroness was not human. But with weeks grey, the serviceable handheld computing device's battery has died. Okay, back to Dave's Bite and Jade. I busted into his palace to finish the quest. I was expecting him to be asleep and was gonna figure out some way to wake him up. But like last time I saw him, he was already awake to greet me. But I thought the denizens were supposed to be asleep. At least until you do the right things on your quest, they are. As brides were programmed to know things like that about the game, but I guess not everything. It seems like if you try to fight them too soon, you find them awake and they are like, "What the fuck are you doing here already?" Which is what happened last time I saw him, before I became his bride. And I stupidly tried to fight him, which was a bad idea because he's hella strong. And the whole time he was raving about shit about a stolen sword and missing forge, but I wasn't really listening. If I had, I might have understood. He wasn't actually trying to kill me, he was giving me the choice. What choice? Wait, I mean, the choice. I always forget I can talk underline for important shit. What did you choose? I guess I made an unwitting choice by deciding to flee. I figured he was unbeatable, so I decided to get the fuck out of there. So I snapped a quick capture to get his huge Emma's coat and said, "Get the fuck out." What happened when you saw him this time? Like I said, he was awake again. But this time I wasn't in any condition to fight, so I didn't. And that's what I didn't get. He's this terribly angry monstrous guy, but there's no need to fight him. So he looked me up and down all hard, saw the broken sword, and like before, gave me the choice. You mean, choice. Hehehe. Oops, yeah. So it was the same choice. No. It was different. I think it must be always different, depending on the circumstances. I don't know what the choice is when you face him the way you're supposed to, but I'm showing up as this bleeding bird sprite holding his broken sword, so it's a pretty odd situation. Then what did he make you decide? He sees I got her sword and it's busted and you can tell he's pissed. But like before, it's like restrained anger. Like he's always about to just fucking flip but still keeps it together. So he can tell me he can repair it and makes it danger with a forge lid. He says he can repair anything, but only one thing, and I had to choose. So I said, okay, fix the sword. As opposed to what? Meh, doesn't matter really. I just thought making the sword felt like the right thing. Oh. So I gave him the sword, but I still wasn't all that simple. He needed lava from the forge to make it, which means Echidna had to be awake. Our denizens had to have some kind of truth to make it happen. See what I mean about it being complicated? Yeah. So Jade must have done something right, to wake her up and get the forge going. Don't know what she did so. Probably something amazing. She is still working so hard to help everyone. I guess I used to be that way, but I've completely forgotten how. Are you sure? What's happening? Reckoning. It's getting close to the end. More meteors are getting by the portals. The battlefield will probably be wiped out soon. Can we do something to stop it? Would there be a point? I don't know. I like it here though. I felt like I was drawn to come here and I wasn't sure where to go. Yeah, me too. The meteors and all the fire, it reminds me of when I died. And I was trying to wake John up. I was scared then too. But I didn't let the fear stop me from trying to save him. What would you want to do if you weren't scared? I have no idea. I guess try to help. What is there to do? Well, I was going to bring the sword to Dave. Oh no! Does that mean you are going to leave? No, I was gonna say, I'm not in any shape for more adventuring. I figure this is probably my last stop. But maybe this is a way you can help. You mean that I should give him the sword if you want. But I don't want to leave you here either. Maybe you don't have to actually go anywhere. You ought to have a lot of special powers, remember? Because of ascending to doghood. Oh yeah! Try doing your spacey thing. I mean, not to sound condescending or anything, but it's got to be like borderline omnipotence pretty much. Just put your mind to it. Alright, I will try. And he managed. Okay, now these one. Carcinogenesis, Gigi began trolling diagnostic Gigi. What the hell are you doing now? Password? Seriously? What would you want to do if you weren't scared? Is a hell of a deep question that we should all ask ourselves more often as ever. It came from Homestuck of all places. Like I said, Homestuck is not the cringe thing that people make it out to be. Seriously, why did you go back to see her? You didn't mention this last time. Listen, fuckers, I'm going to need a password before we continue. Please. Right, okay, let's see if I can remember. It was pretty low, right, if I recall. Okay, here goes. I'm a disgusting, worthless bullshit on the gargantuan teeth of a laboring, leprous muzzle beast. My self-esteem is so small, existence is a matter of conjecture among theoretical physicists. It smells so bad, stench cannot be expressed with even the most eloquent, fluid language. The order my body makes has made poets cry. I won special awards for discovering new places to touch myself erotically while farting. I had fully pulverized the competition in Esselwagen patrons, and I have received a lifetime ban from ugly contents by President Shitface himself. My blood is not fit to flow through a sewer, and my sign is a pictographic symbol that loosely translates as, please mic these pants up to this guy's armpits, chain him to a flogging judge, and make a fucking example out of this sorry sack of shit. When I look in the mirror, my reflection slowly shakes his head while I wet myself in shame. Wait, that was it, wasn't it? How was that not fucking it? Did I forget an episode somewhere? No, Carcat, that was not quite the password, but you were on the right track. Can we just talk now? Do you even remember the right password? Something along the lines of gratuitous self-deprecation forced into my mouth involving reference to some kind of weird human coupling ritual. You're being deliberately dumb. It was, if I hate myself so much, then why don't I hate Mary myself, remember? I was just using the password system to poke a little fun at you and you turn it into this whole over-dramatic thing, jeez. Can we get down to fucking business again? Oh, Jade, you're looking so cute. I wonder if we will ever be able to start a conversation without having a ridiculous argument about the password system. If you would drop the password system and let future me talk to you, he might be able to give you an answer. Spoiler, the answer would be no because the passwords are retarded. Why would I want to do that? The only guy who stumbles and past Carcat is future Carcat and vice versa. I have this in good authority from both sources. I still think the use of the terms is kind of asinine. There really is no past or future Carcat from your view. There's Carcat who knows less stuff and Carcat who knows more stuff. Why not just gather the facts from the one who's got the lowdown already? I mean, I do it myself, but I can't stand the guy. You see, that is your problem. Okay, one of your many, many problems. You have no patience to do things the right way. You're always just looking for the shortcut. Even if doing so has brought you nothing but trouble 100 times before. It is sort of funny that the only thing standing in your way is one of your other problems. You prosper with self-loathing, so you can't even trust your future self to help you cheat. It's like you have so many problems they cancel each other out. It's not the only thing standing in my way. Your stupid passwords are also standing in my way. Not for that, I could be fast tracking this to Solution City for us both. Exactly. Okay, whatever, let's just get on with this linear conversation, okay? Okay. So you gave me that silly password and we ended our conversation a few minutes ago from my end. And I scanned ahead looking for a good moment in your timeline to pick it up again. And I noticed you went back to see her again for some reason. Yes. So I'm just wondering why. What happened to the frog breeding? I thought we were on a roll with it. Yes, we still are. The little detour was related to the task. We should be nearly done. What was she even saying to you? I can't understand a word of that horrifying gibberish. I can understand her just fine. I still don't really get it. Why my Denizen was such a nightmare while Use apparently gives you guttural pep talks in some bites the 10 months language. We already talked about this. Ignorant, I have an understanding now. Ooh, wake bullshit. It's the exact fucking thing I can't get enough of. Well, maybe if you weren't in such a grumpy hurry all the time, you wouldn't have killed your denizen so quickly. You might have actually learned something. Huge, ugly monsters are for killing, period. Did you ever talk to Kanaya about it? I don't remember. Maybe. I'm a busy guy, Jade. I talk to a lot of people about a lot of stuff, including myself. Her situation was very similar to mine. I thought she killed her denizen to light the forge for something. Doesn't sound like you get the whole story, or maybe you just weren't listening to her. Well, I sure don't think it was whatever you did, and in any case, I thought all that was over with. Why are you back? What does this have to do with frog breeding? This was Kanaya's suggestion. Kanaya still helping you? Yes, I'm talking to her right now actually. Oh, I see her across the room. She's not talking to anyone on the computer now. Duh, of course not. She's from a different time than Eugenius. Which time? A few hours in your future. Ah, I see how it is. You won't talk to future Karkat until it jumps through your fucking password hoops and become him eventually. But you talk to future Kanana just like that. Double standard anybody? Jade, say yes please. You're so ridiculous. I have Kanana using the same password system as you. She's just a little further ahead in my timeline is all. Would be pretty hard to keep you both synced up. I thought you didn't want shit spoiled from the future, so. Yeah, from my future. I don't want you guys telling me the things I do before I do them because you talk to future me. But knowing a few things about your future doesn't really matter. Not that I'm going to tell you any of it, so don't ask. I think I'm on the verge of becoming a religious person. I just don't know where else to turn to remove the awesome suffering the trolly and temporal chat bullshit miraculously continue to inflict on me. Maybe the merciful messiahs will come and take my pain away. Oh yes, that sounds heavenly. Jade, please excuse me while I go paint my face to outwardly reflect the beauty of my inner awakening and drop my zinc pen mercilessly to reduce my intelligence to the level necessary to sustain these beliefs. Sign, what are you even talking about? Are we almost done crafting this master plan? I have stuff to attend to here. My team is falling apart and I can't find Gamzee anywhere. I'm worried he might have wandered off somewhere and got hurt. Oh well, you'll find him. I thought you weren't telling me about my future. I know, I made an inspection, but only one. Let's move this along. Just update me on the frogs and give me a new password, okay? Kanaya thinks we should all talk about this. She says you're important to consult on the matter, but the you from her time is too busy. Busy with what? She's opening a memo. Okay, back to Dave and Rose. I'm piloting the moon through the furthest ring right now. At the moment, it's passing through a dream bubble. I'm visiting your dream in person. Oh, you're the one visiting me as I travel in your sleep, if you'd rather look at it that way. Okay, so all those questions you asked me, getting me to remember, you were just stalling me, weren't you? So I wouldn't wake up and try to stop you. Not entirely. This sucks. Could you just please turn the thing around and come back? Why? I'm already out here. Might as well go through with it. We agreed I'd do it so. Or at least you pretended to agree. Just before going into a major league wind-up with your nap yarn. A major league wind-up? Sports. It's always been pretty sad that I seem to know more about sports than you, which is really saying something. All I'm saying is, no one likes a basketball hawk. That's probably just ball hawk. I just think you should know that in the athletic arena of competitive achievement, it's a widely known fact that cherry-picking posers get showered in nothing but booze. You don't gang the rock and steal the big man's thunder on his raucous drive to the hole. Oh lord. Hello, and thank you. Is that the sort of ignominy you want? Oh, wrong voice. Is that the sort of ignominy you want? So you didn't consider sports, you never consider the sports. The last thing I want to do is come between a big man's thunder and any particular hole he might prize. And yet, such has been what's happened. It's like the tight end was going long down the yard in sudden death. It's me and the tight end. And the quarterback sniped the field goal just before the NFL buzzer went off. The greedy quarterback is you. That's not even close to being a thing in football. But instead of winning the gold sports prize, you just fucking die and nobody cares and it didn't mean anything. Which prize is that? The football prize. You mean the most wanted accolade associated with the gridiron known as Stanley's Cup? No, come on. It's called the Bruce Bombardier Trophy or something for best pile squad. I'll take your word for it. And even though you are dead, all these fat millionaires and helmets just leap on your corpse anyway and pile up, and I mean way up. How high do they even have to be? A sport pile doesn't stop from getting taller. As an officiator, I have a means of measurement on hand. I wouldn't want to be crushed by a non-regulation sport pile. What do you care? You'll be dead like the mission-thieving poser you are. Poser? So not cool. Yes, poser. It should be my torso getting pulverized by that avalanche of overpaid beefcakes, and you know it. I forgot what we were doing exactly. Maybe pursuing the hackneyed debate over who has the best claim to self-sacrifice. Or seeing who can outdump the other with obscure sports lingo. There obviously stopped being a difference between those things. The question is offensive. Almost as offensive as you stalling me while you peel out of here in your dumb moon. I'm the one stalling. The moon is probably just a speck in the sky now due to your strange beefcake harangue. Yeah, but I don't know how to wake back up as a thing. How do I wake back up? I guess I could wake back you up if you really want. Okay, then do it. But you have to promise to stay put. Don't try to stop me, just let it go. But this was my mission. It really makes no sense for you to go. This was never your preoccupation. They selected me a long time ago. That doesn't make sense. Why would they drag me into it just to have me make a map and then let you ditch me? They've obviously been gunning for me too. Yes, they helped you chart a path through the ring, and they will open that path for a pilot they have marked. I believe I fit the description. I'm not sure about you. Why do you think that? I'm the pilot, that's all there is to say on the matter. But I don't want you to die. Help John and Jade. This isn't right. Then I'm not going to help you wake you up. I'll stall some more. So you admit you were stalling with all that bullshit. I said not entirely. What do you mean? It's going to be a long ride through all this nothingness. Maybe I just thought some company would be nice before it's all over. So what will it be? What? I'll wake you up, but only if you promise to rejoin the others. Could you give a message to John for me? Sure, but if I'm promising not to chase you down, then there's not really any hurry to wake up. Oh, are you sure? I was looking forward to bowling another wicked googly with a yarn. Sportsways. Nah, I stay asleep a while. Okay. What did you want me to tell John? What was that? What? Did you hear something? No, what? I thought I heard something outside. Said reckoning dignitary. Who's this douchebag? I mean, bag. I'm stuttering. This dude is making me nervous. You don't remember him? No. Then I guess this isn't a memory. So he's actually here with us on the moon. Not with us, just me. You are still on Earth, remember? Oh shit. Dream self Dave died. Was it dreamable, Dave? Hello? Looking into the sky. Moon is gone. And we have a GIF. Where are you going, Dave? After Rose. You said you wouldn't. Okay, I'm taking a quick bathroom break and then we continue. Okay, next one. Wait, we already had that, oder? Yeah, we already had that. I thought I could click on this one. Yes. Mission accomplished. Oh god, Jack. What the fuck? So dumb. Friendly enemies are here. Is still missing. So wait, this thing is gone too? Actual mission dead. Oh my god, they really had a misunderstanding. Oh, the wing. Remember the wing. Huge relief. What did he notice? Oh, Jack. He noticed Jack. I love how a character which kinda doesn't have a face can still convey so much emotion. Oh, ouch. This was the end for us. Okay, and now back to John and Whisker. I remember now. I was tricked by a troll into flying up to the last gate using this rocket pack. She said I could take a shortcut and go kill my denizen while he was sleeping. It did not quite work out that way. This sounds like Therese's handiwork. I don't know. She didn't tell me her name. She was a blind troll. She made me this incredibly shitty map for me to follow. Yep, that's her. I guess she got both of us then. Unbelievable. She tricked you too. Yes. Well, not tricked so much as made a pointless coin flip and stabbed me in the back. Oh, that's pretty cold-blooded. Oh, sure, she was easily the most underhanded and villainous member of our group. But I did let my guard down, and even when she stabbed me, I sure didn't think I was going to die. Why not? It turns out immortality isn't all it's cracked up to be. Let's leave it at that. So I guess you never got around to giving me immortality like you said, or killing me for that matter. Sounds like the blind troll bet you did. No, I did, but this will be hard to explain to you. Explain what? Haha, I guess in your own sick way she actually set us up in the state together. Maybe I should thank her whenever she falls asleep, or dies, God forbid. So, how old is a date? I don't know. I said it wouldn't be unless you remembered, and now you remember, but you still don't remember me, do you? Nope. Yes, thought so. This version of you died before I started messing with you. Not that I expect you to understand what that means. No, I get that. If I decided not to take the shortcut, I would have lived, and then you would have talked to me a lot. Yeah, that's right. I guess I should have learned to give you more credit by now. Well, I might not have figured that out if not for some things that just happened. I still can't believe I'm meeting a version of you that doesn't remember a thing about me. None of my great exploits or any of the ways I helped you, only that one stupid time I taunted you. It's a vaguely frustrating feeling. Sorry, not sure what to tell you. So if you remember literally nothing I told you about myself, not even the compromising stuff. Well, you did just show me around your planet, which was really cool. There's compromising stuff? Your species would think so, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore. I guess not, but who says we can't get to know each other again? You wouldn't find that boring? No way, not if you wouldn't. You said the name of the blind troll who killed us, but you have not told me yours yet. I haven't? No, it's Whisker. Nice to meet you, Whisker. I'm John, even though you know that. Yes. So now what do we do, aside from be dead for probably ever? Man, I don't know, maybe. You will tell me about how you died? Or were the things that just happened you were talking about? They are going rocket. Well, like I said, I flew up to the last gate, like this. Oh, nice boots. She's happy. It brought me inside the palace. It was huge and it took a long time to explore. It was eerily empty too. I had that weird feeling of getting to a place in a video game you are not supposed to be yet because you don't have the right power-ups and such. You know what I mean? Not really. I'm used to taking shortcuts whenever I play games. Oh, okay. So I started getting crazy nervous the longer I was down here. I was starting to wonder if my silly Ivan Pogo hammer would even do any damage against the monster. Snort. What? Against the denizen? Of course that piece of shit isn't going to do anything. If I were you, I would have chucked it into the forge. Excuse me, it is called a Winklefucker and it is totally amazing. Might be alright if you combine it with something awesome, like some cool dice, for instance. That's so absurd, like anything like that would ever happen. Love how they always use the Secret of Mana soundtrack for wind. What's this? I found it very deep in the palace dungeon. I was wandering for hours, following a horrible sound through the pipes. I could tell Tiffy's Typhoeus was really close because it was very loud here. It could only be the sound of him sleeping. I was so tempted to play it, but I didn't dare risk waking him up. Pretty much by then I was sweating bullets at the thought of confronting him. You were right to be nervous. Denizens are incredibly powerful monsters. You had no chance whatsoever at this stage of the game. Might have stood the chance after I started helping you, but Therese really screwed you over by leading you here so early. Yeah, I guess if I ever see her, I should thank her too. Why? Because this was important. What was getting killed by a monster? Well, yes, but not just that. The whole ruse was important. If I didn't make the decision to go, then Dave would not be able to go back in time and fix things. In fact, if I didn't die here in this palace, we never would have been born in the first place. How could you know all that? This way? This Denizen does not look asleep to me. Nope. He was wide awake when I found him. I practically crapped my pants. Well, that explains your quick death. If your Denizen was anything like mine, it wouldn't have wasted much time before unleashing a huge shitstorm of devastating monster magic. What was your Denizen like? Her name was Cetus. She was this awful sea monster. Her lair was deep underground amidst a bunch of shipwrecks. She was quite vicious and territorial. I knew I had to kill her quickly to release a horde before she had the chance to do anything tricky. What do you mean, tricky? Did she talk to you? Oh, of course. She was babbling in the riddles through most of the fight. I wasn't paying much attention, so... I mean, what creature doesn't speak in boring riddles in this game? So is that what you all did? Kill your denizens as fast as possible without listening to them? Yeah, pretty much. We were all pretty good players, remember? Yes, so I've heard. Well, okay, I can't exactly speak for everyone. There was a lot going on, and I don't know how some people went about beating their denizens. For instance, I'm not sure how a hero of West did it. Maybe the monster just released the horde for him out of pity? Maybe he had just talked to his denizen? If there was a way to avoid a tough battle, I'm sure he found it. It sounds like a good way to cheat yourself out of a lot of sweet XP and loot, so. I dunno, you might be surprised. John, are you saying you had a nice friendly chat with this hideous bloodthirsty creature before he killed you? Yes. Typhus may not be pretty to look at, but he is not a bad guy at all. Okay, we clicked on everything. Go. These are a lot of things too. I hope I can go. I may do a little overtime because I want to get the animation in. If motherfucking magic's all we've ever known it, then it's easy to be missing what's be fucking the haps. But I'm all scoping at miracles that are up in the air. Got my seer of miracles, they are here and they are there. I be checking the miracles for falling downstairs. Seeing the shit out of miracles that are all being up at basically pretty much everywhere. Fuck. Oceans of Fago fucking dida like sprays. A fistful of stardust was pop-roofing my face. A million horns honking, buckets in piles, a one-wheel device what can rocket and style. Is shit that what I wish for because motherfucking covers, bro. I'm all a firm believer it's a miracles. Do you have time for my miracles, brother? Do you get your notice on of the miracles? So many fucking miracles. The magic motherfucking miracles. Honk. Oh, haha, oh yeah, that was so strict. Haha, yeah, bro. Most definitely your rhymes. They're ruthlessly disciplined, and my ear ducts have been naughty. I think they are naughty for more. Motherfuck, dude, you best understand I got more slams than me. They be as forever as my limitless faith in all my believings and shit. But what I motherfucking need, my brother, aside of blowing nose fucking first on the bitching pen of tenacious bookie ledge, is to check out what slams you can stick in my ducts. Yeah, oh yeah, these most entirely can be provided. They can be dropped straight into the orifice you mentioned. Aha, fucking drop it, bro. Drop it like you spaced out and forgot you were holding it in the first motherfucking place. You brought up a pen, and that last then, but the one I'm a fan of is a panhandle pup, shit. Yes, shit, isn't like it. Thing to say about it. But the pen with the manguit, and I'll now slam it. Slam it like a fucking door by accident on something that hurts. Honk, 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 honk. You can't handle my slams. Well, unless when you can. In which case, it's cool. I just serve up the hoopla to goat noses that are hooplas. About the pen who's called pupa. In the case you were clueless. About the pen who can man up and is able to stand up on legs unlike mine, which are functionally useless. Oh, Teffers. God damn, you were dealing some hearty reproach tonight. Flying fucking high, man. Higher than a love essence up on the motherfucking grief to piece. Higher than a subject later getting his weep on for the waste honk I believe in to come. Haha, I wish. No, bro, I'm serious. Your rhymes are fly as the most wicked piece of shit a miracle ever took in the sky. Someone clip their motherfucking wings so I stand a chance. Whoops. I mean stood a chance. Fuck. The only thing more fly than the rhymes I'm saying to express all my malices, his ability he had I wish was mine. That of I guess is excessive paralyzes. Yes, it's really invulnerable. Look out for the hook, bro. Get off of those wheels, get off of those wheels. If miracles aren't fake, he'll get off of those wheels. But high in this case has double the meaning. It means he can fly, plus does high self-esteeming. That's two things he has that I'd rather wear mine. His two flappy wings and his big healthy spine. Oops, that's three things. Although this comic is teaching me to rap. Get off of those wheels, get off of those wheels. If miracles aren't fake, he'll get off of those wheels. Using my least useless food to get it back over to you, friend. Shit. Slam it like the door on the face of a cutting drone. Let's pretend that's a real possibility and not invitation to an even more painful death, just for the sake of that expression. Motherfucker. Pure magic is all when there be hatching of drops. I've seen shit that will shock your looks tubs. I peeped on a place of 6 trillion hammers, all up into one rock, bleeding as equals. It's easy to see if you search all your feelings. That peace happens first and murder's the sequel. It's the beauty of the carnival, the magic intense, fucking darkness outside, but the light makes you wince. Just take my motherfucking hand, bro, put on your shades, pull back the flap, and get off of those wheels. Okay, I did. Now I'm on the floor, motionless, in a terrible way, so I got back on the wheels. It was a nice thought, so. Fuck, motherfucking yeah, let's take this ninja bitch back to the hive with the covers. Together, my miracle brother, yes. I'm all a firm believer in miracles. Do you have time for my miracles, religious friend? Do you get your notice on of the miracles? So many expressions believe in miracles, magic mother, also expressive with miracles. Fuck yes, here's where the slam turns to nothing but honks. Honk, 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 honk. Fuck! It's less appropriate for me to do the honks than you, but it was still great. Yeah, bro, yeah. The slams were truly prime and your religious views, so I don't share them, are reasonable, inspirational. I think I'm in the process of releasing at least one tear. Me too, bro, you motherfucking know. There be some of my eyes for your jolly to go with your emotional peanut butter. This is a beautiful dude, I feel so at all with you. Your friendliness with you is pretty much always nice and fun to have. Hey, when we up and start to kick at this team red noise, you should make your way to get your hang on at my hive. Oh yes, totally. We could spit a tin of the pimpest sneeze I got on hand, packed up all special for you, and then maybe make out a little. Make out? That was what we were just saying. Clara. Okay, back to Jade. Past carcinogenesis PCT 3 hours and 40 minutes ago responded to memo. Oh god, he's still following you. That is so messed up. Yeah, it's okay so. As long as he's tailing me like a lost puppy, at least he's not killing anybody. Don't trust him, Jade. I'm telling you, he is a step puppy planet exploding asshole. Remember what he did to Dave? It was like this whole episode. You had a hysterical episode about it, remember? I remember the episode. But he's okay now. And I'm kind of starting to think that was just his way of saying hi. My dog used to fetch my bullets too. I really think he believes he is my dog on some level. Just don't turn your back on him, Jade. Don't turn your back on the puppy. Don't worry, I'm keeping my eye on him. Ah, no. Bad, Jack. Bad. Oh, he's getting one of the frogs killed. Yes, Tefo was suddenly questioning. Paper kind. Oh, this is good. He really seems to hate frogs. Yeah, the poor froggies. My Jack had this irrational thing against frogs too. I mean my normal Jack, not Spikeupper's Omnipo Jack. Those agents are heavily predisposed towards the murder and desecration of amphibious life forms and their iconography respectively. Frequently, I had to thwart assassination attempts from their kingdom. Or extermination attempts is probably better to say. You're probably right, they really seem to drive him crazy. This is not the first time I've had to reprimand him. Wait, did he follow you into the palace to just now? Is that who you were yelling at? I was scolding at a kid now, and I had to tell him he was being very bad. He destroyed some of her real nice status too. Keeping him in mind really makes me miss Beck. He was such a good dog. Not to mention a best friend. Jack is just bad dog, worst enemy. Exactly. I don't like this a fucking bit, it makes me really nervous. You just chilling with an unspeakable powerful mass murderer with the brain of a wild animal who's about to hop sessions and try to kill all of us in a few hours. And what were you even doing there again? You still haven't told me, huh? The palace. I permanently returned to her denizen for advice. About what? The location of the final fog required to complete the gene sequence. One whole song should remove the last traces of dissonance from the waveform. The creature is quite elusive, remember? Oh yeah, you were searching for weeks. Yes, and you never found it. I had a good lead, but you decided there was not enough time left to bother with it. The reckoning had started. We had to kill the king. Understood, but this was a matter that really did require your attention. Yeah, no, but maybe I was sick to fucking death of muddling around with frogs and their cacophonous goddamn ribbons and mixing their slime and shit. I'm not an active scientist, no matter how many grubs who turned out to be us the game made me accidentally make. But you were a programmer, aren't you? That is at least kind of like being a scientist, having some technically savvy. I was a shitty programmer, and anyway I only programmed viruses. Shitty viruses. I shouldn't have to be a slime technician or a frog farmer or a mystical fucking croak decoder. I'm a warrior and a leader and a cold-blooded killer. We know you were clearly very good at being all of those things, but now we need your help with frog science. Can you help us? How long will this take? I don't mind helping, but I have major leadership duties to attend to here. Yes, I know the team is falling apart and everything, but doing this was your duty too, and after a point of critical complication there is only so much responsibility you can take for the actions of your team. Kanaya, what are you saying? What happens in the future? Are you giving me some assurance that things will work out? Because right now I don't know where the hell anybody is. The future, okay, I'm a vampire now, apparently, if that helps. What the fuck is a vampire? Shh, shoosh, no future talk, let's stay on topic. Oh my god, why can't I get a straight fucking answer to a thing? It's a simple question. Kanaya means she's a very pretty girl with pointy fangs who has bright sunny complexion and wears fancy dresses. Thanks, that cleared everything just right the hell up. And she drinks blood. Oh, you mean a rainbow drinker? You already know about her trashy novel fantasies. Are we done shitting around? They aren't trashy. Hee. Yes, hilarious. I guess I have no choice to believe you because skepticism in this situation is for idiots, right? If I said yeah, right, if there's a drinker in this hive, I'll eat my cocoon. It'll be like the dumb losers in the movie who doesn't believe the kid when he tells that there's a rainbow drinker in the closet. So I guess by reverse psychology, I should not be that dumbass, yell oh fuck, and tell everyone to get in the scuttle buggy before it's too late. Well, fat chance, I'm not falling for it. That sounds like a stupid movie. How do you know what she looks like anyway? Did you see her in one of your afterlife bubbles? Yep. Why? When? Kalkit, the information qualifies as future stuff. Just, I don't know anymore. It is getting away from me. The more time goes by without word from Gamzee, the more I worry. And the more I feel like something terrible has happened or will happen. I should go. No, wait, just please listen a little longer. Yes, staying would be better. Trust me that this was and still is a very important thing for you to have done and still do. Maybe even the most important. Fine, but let's move it along. Let Ignita tell you where to find this frog. What exactly? She just helped me remember. Remember what? Something from my past, if I accepted her terms. What were her terms? You never did tell me. Yeah, because you never told me yours. Oh. I just thought it wasn't that important and interesting, since Kalkit thought the battle was more pressing than to wait for me to locate another frog. Although, what she asked me to do was impossible, so yeah. Yeah, she made me promise to do something that sounds impossible too. Actually agreed. I have no idea how I'm going to keep my side of the bargain, but now that I think about it... Excuse me, remember, fucking what? Oh right, where the last frog is, or was. The thing is, the frog we need is somewhere to be found in the medium. It was on Earth, but only very briefly. It was when I was young, before I woke up on Prospect. I had begun sleepwalking both on the island and on the moon, and in my dream it was very bright. I saw something in the light. I couldn't tell what it was, so I got closer. And this was probably the frog. But before I got there, I woke up and found myself by the lagoon surrounding the ruins. There, the frog. I was about to walk home. When I saw something appear on a lily pad, it was a frog. An amazing shiny frog, not like any other I've seen in the lagoon. It hopped over to me and I picked it up, but then, just like that, it died. Later, my grandpa made a robot for me to help me with my sleepwalking. It could do all the walking while I stayed safe in bed. It could also record my dreams. I'm sure he always knew my dreams were going to be special. I suspect he knew it before I was even born. Okay, great, so it's there on the monitor, problem solved. You just purify its ghost imprint, mix it with your current evolution's paradox slime, smooth out the genetic waveform, tet polyfy brilliant slick, and you are done. Hopefully. So you didn't remember seeing this frog when you were a kid at all? No, it completely slipped my mind. How did she get you to remember? I mean, what did she make you agree to? Well, like it was before. The choices she gives you seem to have to do with facing mortality. And making it clear if you choose one path over another, it will lead to your death. And that your death may even be necessary to accomplish a goal. Yes, I've inferred the ultimata are all personalized variations on the presentations of such dilemmas. Yeah, but that is not really what made this hard. I mean, nobody wants to die, of course, but at least that is a clear thing. You either do, you don't, you know? You said what she asked, it was impossible. It might be. What were her demands? She said, and if I accepted her help, that I would have to make a promise. That whenever we left this place and wherever we end up going, she had to come, huh? Not just the Gnigna, but all the denizens, the palaces, the consorts, the lands, everything. We have to bring them all with us. Hello, Deluxe. Okay, next one. It's Dog Scratch. Who's going for the interruption? Oh, shut up. Ah yeah, it's us. At least this is just a set of images to click through. Yeah, poor wayward vagabond. And we are at the minstrel. And away they are. Oh, Solux is there too. Hey, what are you doing out here? Out where? Out of your bubble. Oh, I don't know. Am I not supposed to leave? I just didn't think you could. I guess you must have a food on either side. Can't say I'm surprised. Okay. So what are you doing out here? I am waiting for friends to arrive. They will need my help. What friends? More ghosts? No, they are alive. First, there will be 2 humans. They should be joining us any minute. First, then what? Then rest for a party, the survivors. Oh, so then we made it out here alright. Yes, well, they made it. Your body will arrive with them, along with the others. Hey, maybe we can have a funeral. What's a funeral? Kind of like a big corpse party. The humans will probably explain it better than me. Okay, cool. Shit, it's so bright. How can you stand it here? You can see the sun. Yeah, I can see it, but it looks 2D. Look at Aurelia's face in the background. Oh no, do we really have to do the drone Helajeff now? Throw sloppy Megite now on the roof. Past Casino Genesis 134 hours ago responded to remote Jade. Are you still responding to this memo? I guess I don't have much energy left to argue about passwords. I didn't even get a password last time. I had to leave abruptly because Solux and Evidence started dueling again, and then Fefavi and Kanaya, it all happened so fast. And now Gemzi is hunting us all down in murder mode. He's been taunting me through other people's messaging devices and leaving me disturbing notes. I'm sure others must be dead by now. And now Solux is blind and I lost track of him somehow. I heard a stray honk and I ran and we got separated and I'm starting to think that this must be a doomed timeline. That's why I can't get in touch with anyone. They must be dropping like behemoth leavings out there, and that must be why future Kanaya was talking in this memo, but now she's dead, which makes it impossible. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. Gemzi isn't supposed to go crazy. I think if he does, it means we fucked something up. It means I fucked something up. He's my responsibility. I have to make sure he's safe, and I didn't do that. One time, one of the doomed Eradias told me she came from a time where he flipped out and killed everybody because of my failure. I didn't take her seriously, but I should have. She was constantly fixing my fuck-ups. Robos from the future, always coming back to tell me how some hasty shit I did with frog breeding or whatever would make it be impossible to win. My own personal mistakes probably accounted for more doomed Eradia bots than anything else. Which is sort of a silver lining, I guess. I don't think we would have beaten the king without her army. Not that it matters anymore. I've obviously became just another guy in a doomed timeline watching everyone around him die. I was just sitting here wondering what I could have done wrong this time. to make the timeline take a wrong turn. In pinpointing, it seemed overwhelming since I've made more trivial decisions than I can even count, but I think looking back, I know what it is now. It was before we got trapped on this meteor, before Jack showed up, before we bet the king, and I wanted to let you know, Jade, that no matter what I said, I think the final frog must be important. And Kanaya, if you are reading this somewhere in the past maybe, I'm sorry, you were right. I was always in such a hurry to win, I didn't take the time to do what was necessary. Billy Slick needed the genes of that frog, and because I half-assed this so bad, everyone is going to die. See, I was thinking about Jack and how he can't stand frogs, and I think I finally understand what's going on. I think I know what's about to happen at the end of our timelines. I think I know what the critical moment is, and it's completely my fault. Ectobiology is a touchy thing. Especially when you are building the genetic code for an entire universe. Our Genesis frog needed the genes from that final frog. But because I was in too much of a hurry to do the job right, I told you it would be Carcat Fields. He's missing a critical sequence in his DNA. So when we made him and watched him grow in the middle of Skya, and after all the fireworks and fanfare from the last croak had subsided, I kind of felt like he didn't look so good. Like he was sick. I think I gave him cancer. I gave your whole universe cancer, Jade. Sorry. We have a few more. Let's see if we can get through them. Terminus Capricious TC began trolling Torntech Godhead TG. It's all your fault. It's all your motherfucking fault, honk, okay? You all cracked off the top of the bottle to those fucking clown imposters, said always spraying out the flagrant motherfucking heresies at me. The flagrant motherfucking heresies, motherfucker, is what came out from their mouths. It made me get my sadness on to see it, and my rage on fucking harder. I'm sorry. All my life I believed that the fucking paradise to come what held the most baller darkest of carnivals to join, and the prophecy. To tell all about the band of rowdy and capricious minstrels steeped in the god-harsh whimsy. The mirthful messiahs were foretold to be crushing that fucking pie stand and bring the holy ruckus. Like a jitty fucking ninja, one reeling headlong at the hugest fucking horn he Shangri-La's got to see. I'm talking about the rust honk, you blasphemous motherfucker. What I believed in it to be was so beautiful, us and them all mellowing and tense bumping sounds. Tossing back the Fago and soaking the miracles up our face punches, while the special stardust rained down at our elixir sticky faces like a bunch of fucking fairy powder from religion spaces. It was going to be us and motherfucking them. Them and motherfucking us. This is like some stolen stick, right? This ICP shit. But now, because of you, because of all you and your fucking outrageness, you stole up all my vehicles away by revealing at me how the wicked shit was really kicked. Like some filthy fucking screenstiff who at all times would be ruled unfunny without even getting his fucking trial on. And now I don't know what to think about the spiritual fantasies ahead. Honk! Ahaha, best troll ever. Don't even care if you're really into the stuff or not, it's awesome. What stuff? Like hovercore, lame clown weapon stuff. Dude, are you an actual juggalo or not? Whoa, that word you used isn't nothing real I've heard of. It strikes at me as another heretical fucking bastardization of some sacred shit I take seriously in my pump biscuit. I mean, I guess took seriously. Ha ha, do you really not know what I'm talking about? I have the idea that you put in my pan to sit there, the Paradise Planet, is a fucking joke. And the miracles are fake. Pure fiction. False fakey 4D conjures from a bunch of unfunny ninja harlequin bullshit artists. I can't even tell if you're trying to troll me with this or if you're actually having some weird emotional problem. Can it be motherfucking both things? Okay, I'm telling you, you need to watch this video. The song isn't even supposed to be released for another year or something. But I got it from an inside source. This is as hot as it gets. Hang on, let me dig it up. No, motherfuck no, bro. I'm not looking on any more of your blasphemies. I really just came back on you to motherfucking say. Said while that sickening noise you did at me is your fault. There's something I did at you what's mine. You need to get your voice in the next Batman movie. Oh, I'm doing it that good. I did something that's motherfucking atrocious to your pose. Made your whole crew of jokers get to bring kinda mentally motherfucking unstable. In fucking fact, that atrocious business I got to doing, I did that shit to your whole universe as a matter of motherfucking fact. You see, you motherfucking see. I finally got all caught up in what's true behind the sweet murder mirths of the bitching blood circus. I reached deep down and got it where all the real Hashims were hiding inside me. In the angriest ways I found up my dark and subtle chuckle voodoos within. And then... God, he's so mad. I focused on them through the rage you made me have. And I went and made your universe... terminal. None of that really meant anything, but okay. Although you have me confused with somebody else we never talked, I guarantee I would have remembered you. All that motherfucking matters is I remember you and what you did. I'm just all letting you in on the ways I set the high justice in motion. Made us motherfucking square, you and me. Me and you. That school juggalo guy who I still can't quite tell is ironic about this or not, but like I said, either way, it's all good. Ha ha ha, you don't motherfucking believe. You need to get more spirituality into your superstition ghost. Like some motherfucking... face jumps at what I was, as if I'd forget to do my chuckle-doodles to you too. To fuck up your dreams. Make your worst fears come alive and get up on their horns in your nap-happy pan. What fears? You motherfucking know, brother. It's a fucking puppet. The one that's all got to be my best fucking friend I got now. Now that my other buddy managed to be having his head chopped off. Oh god, did my bro put you up to this? I should have guessed he might have a hand in some of these shitty trolling escapades. Your bro's dead, bro. Couldn't keep my new friend captive no more. Released your nightmares right into my warm fucking embrace. And now I listen at what they whispers to my ear ducts. Yes, Homestuck, I did update, right? Ah, Jesus, you are fucking insane. I'm all hearing these amazing motherfucking things. I think you'll help me figure out what the real reality about the miracles. You'll help me to motherfucking discover the truth of who the messiahs are. The real messiahs, not the false messiahs. Ha ha ha. Honk. So, my bro's idiotic ventriculous dummy is responsible for the schizophrenic bullshit? Is that what you are saying? Motherfuck yes, bro. What else does he say? He says, all this funny little voice, that is so very, 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 very quiet, that it's time to go motherfucking kill them all. Well, that sounds about right. Better do what he says, dude. Yeah, ha ha ha, here was I to come at you with all these unruly upgrades I got penned up. And you know motherfucking what? I should be getting grateful to you for shoving at me your way. Riddick, here is this, brother. The road to the dark carnival has never before been paved with louder honk-horns to treat upon. And scare the living motherfucker out of the low-blood faceless with each step. Ha 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 ha, you are either literally an insane psychopathic murderer or some kind of trolling savant. Time to block you now, but let's do this again, okay? You fucking know it, bro. I like you. Wouldn't mind taking that pale marshmallow you got as a neckbone off your shoulders. For this collection I got started on. Add a little strawberry jam to this peanut butter sandwich I'm making between my motherfucking lips. Holy shit. Hey, before you go, how about that we slam a little? They both have proceeded to have one of the best web-offs in the history of Paradox Space. Okay, time for the frog. Its defective genes probably made it impossible for your session to be successful, sort of like its reproductive system was damaged. What should be fertile ground for your new universe to grow was replaced by the massive bomb rigged to blow up your whole session. Probably just one of many symptoms of a sick universe. Not that you actually did anything wrong. You were fighting against a disease that was always inherent in your volatility. The one I gave it. But I don't think it's like a normal disease, not like a cellular mutation that's out of control. The cancer took a specific form, like a complicated series of terrible events rather than faulty cell division. It was an eventuality in your universe that was inevitable, that we all ultimately helped make happen. all concentrated to the actions of one hostile agent in the system with an instinct to destroy everything it hated, and then given the power to do so. And unlike a normal disease, it wouldn't gradually kill its host from within. The cancer left the body, chased out as if by an immune system, but the problem is, it wasn't any less deadly on the outside. It no less determined to finish the job. So I don't know what else it could be, what's waiting for us at the end of the countdown. Jack was expelled from your session somehow. He then methodically destroyed all our planets, prospered in Earth, and tried to wipe us all out, so that we couldn't do the same thing to him again, but he was always saving his true target for last, the one he hated most. Jack was a living embodiment of the disease all along. Noir is a cancer. Clara, it's him. Anyway, that's the end for Everything's My Fault completely, and I'm garbage. Hope you enjoyed the Jade, not that you seem to recall this memo even exists. If you see Kanaya in Death Bubble Hell, please tell her I'm sorry I let her down. If you see Solux wandering around too, let him know how ashamed I am I ditched him like a coward because I heard the horn go honk. And Teresi, if you see her, could you give her a message for me? Tell her that, actually, never mind. I'll probably be able to tell them all in person soon. Seeing as an idiot and maker is about to roll over my neck squeal pipette with a one-wheel device. Solux is okay. He's with me right now. Holy shit, you are alive. Hold on, I really need to change these clothes. Back to Dodge Scratch. What did I say? I've repeatedly made it clear that the fifth wall is to remain off. I refuse to acknowledge this foolish man's self-indulgent rubbish. His frivolous tirades have no place in this building or anywhere in this reality. Am I making myself understood, young lady? Right, like I'm going to teach him our computers. That's really everything. Or will I have to suspend your furniture privileges again? I think we are finally through. I see, it's another one of your moods. We will have to work on ironing out this behavior before you meet your true master. This is not Avadia, by the way. He's a far less gracious host than I. Wait, what are you doing? No, stop that. You render yourself in a more symbolic manner this instant. Thank you. You want her to be his wife or what? I don't think it's able to kill him. I was wondering, sure looks like her. Yeah, she's from the same sign, but she's another troll. Oh, is this what we are doing now? Maybe I've not been strict enough with your breathing privileges either. Oh my god. This vessel will reach your planet eventually. We can either go home the fast way or the slow way. Your express ticket can only be validated with a display of good manners, miss. And they are back in the strife. Use roll. Actual suicide strat. With a broom. And there goes your electricity privileges. I think now would be a good time for another round of re-education regarding her purpose, a little refresher on the prestigious employment opponent over which she is being groomed. And since you are still my guest, it would please me to tell you this inspiring tale as well. It is a tale to remind her of the sacrifice she must make, once serving to remind all of her people of the sacrifice once made by long-forgotten heroes in the discarded reality. It is of this sacrifice the sufferer died to speak the truth, and it is his tale I will tell you now. Okay, we are not getting to the animation now. I forgot how many pages we are in front of this. Once in this very universe, you could say, Alternia was home to a peaceful race. Trollkind had never known the corrupting influence in their evolution which led them to perpetual war and violence. That is to say, they had never known me. As was true of the bellicose world we know, there came to be 12 heroes on this peaceful planet. These heroes too had 12 ancestors whose fortunes were entwined with theirs. These 24 figures of legend were not of this world but sent from the sky, delivered from a reality not yet conceived. On the eve of the race extinction, the 12 heroes would begin playing a game. They would make an admirable effort, but they would fail. Their civilization had not prepared them for the rigors of this game, and the ultimate reward would fall shy of their grasp. But their failure was more comprehensive, more systemic, than a result of simply inadequacy so common to young players of this game. Though they could not recognize it for the bad omen it was, this session was not the one in which they had been spawned. Such is a symptom of a subtle glitch affecting certain sessions, an error designed to trigger an unfathomable cascade of misfortunes throughout paradox space. This glitch is the calling card of the one I serve. It is a discreet, gentlemanly manner in which he reserves his place in a universe for later visitation. The heroes, understanding their defeat was absolute, sought advice from the mother of all monsters. She offered them a choice. The heroes could either accept the defeat along with the extinction of their race and put no others at risk, or she could show them a path to a second chance, to a reality in which the chosen heroes of their race would be strong enough to succeed with ease and claim the reward. This reset would come at the cost of wiping the failed heroes from existence. They would live new lives from scratch, playing different roles in the reset reality with no memory of the games they played or the choice they made. The heroes chose to accept this bargain and scratched their session. In doing so, they jumpstart the reality in which the 24 figures of legend would together be created, and I as well, and then sent back in time to take our places in history. So I was delivered well before history even began, before the dawning of life on the planet. This time around, I would oversee its development and thus fulfill the mother's promise of an aggressive, ruthlessly prepared group of heroes. Once it would not rest until victory was secured. The young 24 would again be scattered in two groups, 12 modern contemporaries and 12 ancients. In addition to losing their memories of everything that had happened before the spread, there was another catch for the failed heroes. In the new reality, they would not serve as the heroes. They would major to become the ancestors of the 12 they formerly regarded as theirs, and this 12 would be chosen for glory. These children would be the heroes to achieve victory and have the reward easily within reach. Of course, this promise was fulfilled to the letter, as you have seen. The entire bargain was executed without a single hitch, as those authorized by my master always are. There was, however, one minor anomaly. One of the failed heroes, in his new life as an ancient on this now brutal planet, began to remember. This is his story. This is a story of the Signless. Few ever knew the sufferer's given name, presuming quite reasonably he had none, and he came to be called Signless. Unlike his peers, distributed elsewhere in history, he was not given a sign at a young age. Alas, there were no signs reserved for one of his mutant blood. His genetic deviation from the social order made him a pariah, forcing him to wander the world alone for many sweeps, concealing the color of his blood to avoid a certain execution. But it may also have been due to his mutation that he began to have the visions, spontaneous, lucid imagery of his world in peace, before its fall. He would never see the complete picture or fully understand his various incarnations' role in prompting this fall, or know of my hand in it. But the visions showed him all he needed to see. They held the promise of his people's true potential, beneath the ages of conditioned cruelty. They held the spark of revolution. In time, the visions gave purpose to his revels. He would preach heretical ideas no one else had dared to entertain, let alone risk discussing. He espoused the virtues of forgiveness, compassion, and equality among all bloodlines. He disputed his message intelligently, careful to preach only to those receptive, never attracting unwelcome attention. But his growing movement could go unnoticed by the authorities for only so long. The High-Bloods were livid over the unprecedented heresy, and soon a massive sectarian war followed, fighting across the planet and throughout the galaxy. The conflict was lopsided, of course, with the High-Bloods giving full support from the Condens and her Sea Dwellers. Inevitably, the Signless would be captured, and when he was, it was not a matter of whether he would be put to the irons, but how hot they would be if he failed to recant. I knew Carcass Blood was important. Do you remember the one animation I showed you? This is a story to this animation. Like the fine animation. During his penance, is what cites Sappho's compassion for his people underwent a divine transformation into limitless burning rage. It burned hotter than the iron shackling him to the imperial flogging jet, and redder than the blood soaking his righteous leggings. When he was finally killed, his anger rang through the cosmos with his last breath. This vast expletive was his final sermon, and somewhere encoded in its wavelengths was a truth in his teaching, waiting to reveal itself to any who would inherit his burden. His teachings would also persist to surviving disciples, but in hushed tones. His following would dwindle to an obscure cult facing persecution for centuries. After his execution, the body was burned, leaving only his irons. They cooled in the ash as if his anger itself was subsiding, and his followers appropriated their shapes in defiance of the high bloods. The symbols became the sign of the signless, always shown as colorless as a cold iron, to conceal the stigma of his hue. This was as much a reminder to his followers to remain hidden as it was of the sufferer's sacrifice and his rage hidden like heat in the iron, one day to be reignited by another of his bloodlines. The sufferer preached that after he passed, another signless would come, heralding the end times for the planet. The second signless would continue his work and lead his people to glory beyond this realm. The followers kept his teachings alive for ages, even as the uproar surrounding the movement subsided. By modern times, the sufferer's scripture was little more than ancient superstition, all but forgotten. Hardly the anathema of old, but the followers had already made their preparations in the shadows. When the second signless finally came, we would have the losers to raise him and assign to his name. The sufferer required a less conventional upbringing to reach maturity. As a young wub, he landed in the brooding caverns where he would be expected to face his trials. But due to his mutation, surely no losers would select him. No creature sympathetic to his scent had been bred yet. His odds for survival would have been remote if not for a chance encounter. The Dolorosa belonged to the rare class assigned strictly to serving the mother grub in the caverns, forbidden from visiting the surface. While on an errand, she found the young sufferer in his crater and immediately recognized the child as special, as well as in great danger. For an adult troll, to raise a child was unthinkable, but he saw no other hope for him. The Dolorosa abandoned her duties in the caverns and fled to the surface to raise him. In time, she would become the first follower of his teachings and the first of his inner circle, but not his closest. Yep, you remember this now. Surrounding him on his rise to infamy installed the rebellion were the most trusted elites among his devoted. This bionic was a mage of unequaled telekinetic ability who, upon hearing the words of the sufferer, was inspired to free himself from the sort of slavery typical of his mentally gifted class. But his most devoted of all was his disciple. She listened to every vision he retold, every lesson he preached, and faithfully recorded his scripture. Her ear was open to him always, and in time his heart opened to her. To spread his message throughout the world, they took to the seas in the vessel of legend known as the First Ship. It was said their love went beyond the four great ones, transcending the good entirely, whatever that nonsense actually means. The disciple was to be killed along with him, but at the last moment, the executor inexplicably took pity on her and allowed her to escape. She absconded with her leggings, which remains the only physical evidence of his holy suffering. She hid in caves for many sweeps, referencing all of her scripture from memory on the walls in the blood of slain creatures, and lived the rest of her days in a monastic cemetery. Her dedication would be critical to the persistence of his message. But the Dolorosa was less fortunate and was sold into slavery. She spent the rest of her life as property of vicious sea dwellers. As was bionic, he was enlisted in a far worse, if more prestigious, service. He was forced to serve as a helmsman for a Continental's imperial battleship. Spy-kicks of his kind were exploited for interstellar travel, and his abilities made their ships the fastest in the fleet by far. She grew so enamored of her helmsman and his power, she would use her touch to extend his lifespan to match her own. Together, they explored the stars for thousands of years. Due to the speed of her ship, she would personally expand the boundaries of her empire, typically being the first to greet new races before conquering them. After making first contact, incursions which she generally kept cordial, she would move on to new territory while a division of her fleet set a course for the unfortunate civilization and proceeded to tear it apart. It could be any of the lethal brigades under her command to receive the orders, be it the fresh executioners, cavalry reapers, officers, or waffenilitators. It was notoriously cruel in its own way, and each carried out orders with absolute loyalty. Because while the Condens could extend a single life on her whim, she could just as casually cut short sight of millions. If angered, she could simply express her grievance to communion with her ancient users of the deep, and turn to spiking devastation on her multitudes. The class hierarchy played into her hands politically in this respect. Killing of a hapless source of the population or entire class was suitable as a measure of last resort, but mass extermination does not lend itself well to practical governance. This looming threat, however, is quite effective, especially while her empire was partitioned neatly into blood castes. She could use her leverage to delegate oppression to the subject letters, whose unique abilities and exceptional brutality made them natural enforcers. They too would delegate in their governance, exploiting the pride and loyalty of dangerous blue bloods beneath them. And so on down the hemo-spectrum until the enslavement of the common case was inescapable in spite of the genetic gifts and strength in numbers. As a self-governing body, the land-dwelling portion of her empire was formidable, but her force of sea dwellers was equally formidable, and the two were kept in check not only with the threat of psychic annihilation, but their mutual hatred and distrust. The only threat to her power was unification through uprising, a possibility made remote once she fully decentralized the race from the homeworld. They scattered all but the children throughout the galaxy after the most recent rebellion led by the Summoner. Upon doing so, she became so comfortable with her grip on power, she was venturing deeper into space than ever before to grow her empire. But the more space she put between herself and Glibliot, the more she risked weakening her bond with the monster. The bond she and her successor shared with it exclusively could sway, and become strengthened with the younger. Perhaps she grew complacent with the threat successors posed after such a long history of killing them with ease. Here was the between reaching maturity we expect to challenge the contents for the throne. It was not merely expected of them by their people, but demanded by their shared losers. I like to think of her as a pet I gave to the race at the dawning of the species' evolution. Like a sentience warming gift, again, it's just the sort of thing a good host does. If the lapse in her constitutional bond was significant enough, it was not just political power she risked. At such a distance, she sacrificed the concentration needed to curb its most dreadful spiking shriek of all, the galaxy-wide extinction even called the Vast Lab. Of course, this eventually proved a fitting reward for such reckless expansion of her territory. She chose the worst time possible to explore further from the homeworld than she'd ever been. She was scouring the edge of the galaxy for systems to plunder when she received word of her planet's devastation by meteors. The young were being slaughtered, the mother god was dead, the end times were upon her people. She ordered all fleets to return to Alternia, but such was her empire's expansion and interplanetary occupation, she could make it in time to await any meaningful defense. She instructed her helmsman to pilot the ship faster than he ever had, and did this through extreme physical duress. He was able to leap across thousands of light years in a matter of hours. The surgeon likely would have killed him if the club didn't get to him first. Her touch could extend life, but never restore it, to her lament. In that instant, her empire was gone. The blood's Svensson wiped out her entire race, save the condensed and her lone heiress, leaving the empire nothing more than a galactic necropolis of floating tombs. She was forced to continue the journey home on her solitary power. Her ship now travels near the speed of light, a pale shadow of its former velocity. It would take her another 612 solar sweeps after the glut to reach her destination. She should arrive any minute now. When she does, she will find nothing but ruins and dust. If she cared to look closer, she would find the city of slain exiles, a man on the moon, and a pair of black lovers locked in a deadly dance. But whether she looks or not, one thing will find her with certainty: a new employment opportunity. Are you paying attention, Protige? This is where your role in the story begins. Now stop your pouting and listen, unless you want another helping to the backside of my... Oh nuts, I seem to have forgotten my discipline room. Anyway, the last of the 12 ancestors arrived a bit late. In fact, she would cross the portal 6 centuries after the descendants had come and gone. There weren't many left to look after her, so she ended up in foster care. I remembered like it was yesterday, and for one who was this much time on his hands as I, it essentially was. I would raise the girl to be groomed for her calling. My lessons would emphasize obedience, mastery of the clockwork matrix, and being locked in a room. As you must have gathered by now, my employer will enter this universe quite soon. I will then relinquish my custody to him, and he will serve as his handmaid for an eternity to be specified. As you must have also gathered, she has already done so her most command of blood should have let her expire in just a dozen or two sweeps. This curse kept her very much alive, and she did not intend to stay that way. His curse is one of conditional mortality with a desired outcome contingent on her service. When I release her, she will take her place at his side and travel through time to carry out his orders. While I am his weapon of subtlety and precision, the handmaid is strictly an apparatus of terror and suffering. We have both paved the road to his arrival, I in my way and she in hers. She would be present during every watershed moment in her civilization's development. The recurrence in history would earn her the reputation of a demoness, more fierce than even her master. A man's too, so dreadful rarely makes himself seen. He stirred up class warfare and intensified bigotry in whatever era she haunted. She made sure the dissenters would enter a world which prepared them well for the game and took measures to see that they would play as they did. But once they entered and the world was in ashes, her work was nearly complete. Now, 6 centuries later, she would be given one last order to follow before her curse was lifted. A simple recruitment job. The handmaid will enlist the condense, extending the same bargain once offered to her. Will be the sort involving neither negotiation nor possibility of refusal, expressed in terms plainly understood by the psychotic genocidal. The condense will serve as her new master's witch, carrying out his work in the places he cannot reach. The two last rolls alive, blood of rust and royalty, and make each other pay for the crimes against their race. Their payment will be mutually dealt in the currency of punishment and reward at once. The condense will be reward. The condes, it's not condense, condes, will be rewarded with the power and immortality a new service entails and punished by the grueling slavery for which it is synonymous. And you, young lady, are to be punished by death at the hands of your replacement, and so too will this be your reward. And so, my dear, that is an inspiring tale of your people, and why you should feel rather privileged to be in the position for which I have roomed you meticulously. Are you not grateful? Yes, surely you are, and it warms the soft fluffy materials in my chest and noses. What is this? What are you looking at over there? Ah, of course, the clock. I can see you have a good eye for a fine timepiece. Your exemplary taste is certainly owed to a quality upbringing. Perhaps you wish to know the history of the clock and how it came to possess it. Yes, I can see the sparkle of curiosity in your eye. It's a marvelous tale, and almost as long as it's a work is told. Where do I even begin? Yep, the sneaky ass. Story time's over. I'm back. Oops, oh shit, get this fucking clock out of my way. I'm a one-man stampede and I've got a broom on the pile of flinting wood. You hear the last gasp of a priceless antique, disintegrating beneath the outrageous fury of my surreal hooves. If I have to put up with one more smug meandering interlude in my own story, I'm going to crack your head open and serve you a heaping bowl full of your downy puppetess. How do you like that, hospital little dog? I believe you will find that as host go, I'm simply the best there is. See, even the little girl has had enough of your shit. One, Iradia's ancestor, one. You have locked up your laced Asian schoolgirl, you sick fuck. Oh, don't you flap around at me like that. Are you listening, little man? Yes, finally. Suckers! Oh yeah. I guess he's just a limp, lifeless puppet when I'm around, like a reserve carbon and hoppers kind of thing that is. That is a little disturbing. Oh well, might as well try to get the disc back. I wonder if I can just sort of reach up into and... Get... I was joking, it's German. What the hell? Looks like he's had the disc repaired for a while already, but didn't tell us. Motherfucker just loves the sound of his own voice. Snob. No, please not. Insert this too. Maybe we're still getting to the animation. This is another animation. This is not the one that I was thinking about, but I think it's important as well. Yep, that's a showdown with Gamzee. Yes, animations are done by different artists. This is why the style of them is sometimes so different. Yep, it's really gorgeous, not? Hype, hype, hype. And this is how it ends. Why is everything out of what's great with now of all times? Because they're teenagers, Panda. I think I will extend the stream a little bit more. Calming him down. Sarah, was ist denn los? Oh, friendship. Unlocked album Frostbitten Doors. Click here to check it out. Pale mates for life. On the night of blood, so embraced the bard of rage, and at each other's arms they were a quiver, and with righteous pep and dressed too, she did quell his brother's fury, for the knight looked upon his bard all acting up and completely losing his shit, and he did resolve to calm his jugular as right the fuck down. And so he calmed down as jugular as was and what continues to be for all time. And the knight, in totally settling a murderous clown Ludwig's shit down proper said, let there be more elegance, and it was so. And between more wills flowed bounteous mirth, and they did hack bumpers plentifully, and tongues of reconciliation echoed far and throw into the darkness upon the face of the deep. The age closed down, and it was good. Peter is still dead. Yes, she is. No fuxes. No recap, yes. Okay, I think this is enough for now. This was a lot more text than I thought it was, and I think we have ended on the right note. We will continue this next time, then we come to the really big animation. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day or a good night, and see you!